warming it up, it's all about relationship. And the key to that relationship is the breath. And it's not the breath about the physicality of air coming in and air going out. It's feeling the consequence of breath as an expression of energy. It's wave energy. It's how sound is. Sound is an expression of wave energy. Life is an expression of wave energy. It has its frequency, it has its amplitude. Okay, if you remember Physics 101. Mm-hmm. If you ever took this physics, yeah. But that's the science of it. Okay, if you want to be quantitative with it, that's the science. Okay. Wave mechanics. Mm-hmm. The breath, when you bring it in, you feel its compression. Mm-hmm. If you're at the beach and you're up to here in the water, a wave comes to you, you feel that wave push against you. That's the compression. Mm-hmm. That's equal to the inhalation. Mm-hmm. Okay? The back side of the wave, you feel its decompression. It lets you go. Mm-hmm. That's the exhalation. Now, as the wave passes through, you feel how it lifts you up, or it wants to lift you up. And at the top, there's that transfer of energy from the compression to the decompression. Yeah. But at that, there's a moment on top of the wave that we're suspended.
Yes.
For us in the breath, the inhalation, compression, exhalation, decompression. If you're in a yawn, like you're waking up in the morning and you yawn, you know that there's this point of the yawn where you're fully open, still stretching, but you're not inhaling anymore. You're about to yawn.
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to summon a yawn.
Yeah, you're at a point in the yawn where the breath has come in, you're no longer inhaling, but you're not exhaling, but you're fully open, you're buoyant. Mm-hmm. That's that suspension. Yeah. When we speak well with intent, it is actually in that suspension, moment of suspension, that we express, mm-hmm. we vocalize.
Right.
And then when we are done speaking, we release the moment, decompression, the backside of the wave. So we feel that, those three phases of the breath. Mm-hmm. And it's the relationship that we as human beings with our voice and the breath, it is exactly the same relationship that a surfer has with his wave mm-hmm. in the ocean.
Yes, yes.
He attacks the wave at the compression, yes. And there's a sweet spot just before the top of the wave, the crest, that is the focal point of the energy in that wave. That's where he attacks the wave, turns around, and he stays in that place, and that the energy that's in the wave takes him back to the beach. If we connect into our breath thusly, that momentum we feel in the breath picks us up and takes us to the end of the phrase without any additional effort. Mm-hmm. There's no or
yes.
So it's that relationship that we find that hook in the breath. And then the breath takes us to the end of the phrase. Momentum in the breath. That has to be understood, and you have to warm up that concept before you even begin the vocalese, to just warm up the voice. And it's not about warming up the voice, it's warming up the concentration and warming up the relationship, the balance of it.
Yeah.
So then we're ready to sing.
Yes, yeah.
So at the beginning of it, you just take a series of very gentle breaths just to feel that natural ebb and flow of the air coming in and it going out. This is the meditation of it. And all you feel is the diaphragm going down and diaphragm coming up. We don't want to feel any points of tension where if we take the breath out, say somewhere in the ribs, it goes and we're blocked, and so it doesn't open. So we want to feel how equally around the base of the ribs, where the rib, the diaphragm attaches to the ribs, it expands equally all around. But because the ribs go lower in the back, we want to feel it actually more in the back than we do in the front.
Okay.
Just because the ribs are lower. It's not because we force it more there, it's just the ribs have a greater presence in the back. Okay?
Yeah.
So, just feeling that. And each time the breath is just slightly larger so that we feel a greater and greater stretch in the intercostal muscles and in the diaphragm, this elastic band around the base of the ribs. Then we feel how the ribs open up. That's right. And if you really want to feel a totally unobstructed path for the air, stick the tongue out like this. And make sure the lips are lightly sealed around the tongue like that. Very good. Now take the breath and you're going to feel a difference. Yeah, you see how it's so immediate, it's so fast, and it just goes whoop.
But it also doesn't touch the breath, it's almost not caressing, it's so open.
That's right. And this is a huge lesson. That tongue has to be so totally relaxed and out of the way. If not, there's going to be friction and it'll constrict here and there.
Yes.
So as you're warming up, just to feel that direct line to the bottom with the breath, stick the tongue out, and it just goes to the bottom. Then that's what you want to feel.
Beautiful.
So get used to that feeling, because when you go to sing, you want to have that same, because when sticking the tongue out like that, it undoes all the tension in the tongue. You feel how immediately the throat just opens and gets out of the way, and it totally undoes the tension of the jaw, if there is. And you feel this immediately, that caress up in the sinuses of the air.
Right, right.
So let's take 5 breaths this way. Yeah, just relax the arms, relax the body. So it's just the reaction of the movement of the diaphragm. So now we've felt this caress here, now very easily. And the caress at the end does this. And it's just a sigh. And you see how the hum is right up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it is. Good. Now, as we do this, remember that gesture of the other lesson, sort of, picking up the water with the back of your hands and just washing it over top of you as you engage that hum. You see how this opens, and then that's our connection.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, don't let the tongue come back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and as you do that, make sure every caress, it really comes from nothing. We don't want to hear any hard start or an identifiable, this is where the sound started. Identifiable. Complete your sentences. Use all the syllables. Think now when you text, we leave out all the vowels.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I'll leave out syllables. You understand what I said. Yeah. So a couple more times, and just pay attention to that. De niente a niente. And this is a huge concept of the bel canto. Because if you have that ability to just caress it from nothing, it opens up, and then you can return it to nothing.
Yes.
Then that's how you do the crescendo, diminuendo, because we play with the resonance, not with the meat of the sound.
Okay.
And that ensures that we always sing from the mezzo voce.
Okay.
Never touches that.
No.
You can take on Wagner, even at your size, and you'll succeed. And by the end of 5.5 hours, you'll say, I just feel like I warmed up. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Because the violins are going like... Now, here, let's just fix something in your posture a little bit. Because your shoulders are a little like this. So just to stack the skeleton, and then you're going to feel a huge difference in the breath, is I'd like you to make a fist. Twist your arms in like this, let the shoulders roll forward. And now keeping the twist in the arms, roll the shoulders back, and then release the arms. You see how...
Okay. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Now stick the tongue out and take the breath and see what's different.
have
see how-
space. I have more
This
space.
is open, and you feel when you take the breath, you feel how this energy goes.
Absolutely.
That's what we want.
Okay. But what was that thing in the
So
camera?
you just make the
like
fist,
this? Okay.
twist the arms
Twist the arm,
in,
and then-
yeah, but let because you've twisted so
yeah.
much, the shoulders round forward,
Okay.
keeping the twist, shoulders back, and then release the arms.
Okay.
Now you feel, this is how you can open it all up just by stacking the skeleton, and you're not using muscles to hold yourself.
No. Yes.
Hello everybody. Yeah.
But
And immediately, like for example in the theater situation, going up to the fourth, fifth balconies of the opera houses, the sternum is already pointing there.
It is. Yes.
You don't have to work to open the body, you're
No.
already there.
No. And there's no uncomfortable
That's right.
neck shifting. Yeah.
Exactly. You look at Montserrat Caballé,
Yes.
this is her natural posture.
Absolutely.
Ballet dancers, this is their natural posture.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.